Again, this is why I advocate so much for doing extra side hustles and having a backup plan. Not only just side hustles, but this is why we budget. Imagine receiving a 4:30 a.m. email stating, "I'm so sorry, but we are not going to be able to pay you along with the 499 employees that we have working for the company." What exactly would you guys think, or what exactly would you do? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about story time. All right, if you are new to my channel, my name is Anijah, and that is exactly what happened to me. Here on my channel, I do talk about budgeting, investing, mortgage-free life, as well as side hustles, and this is one of the reasons why I advocate side hustling. So let's go ahead and get into it of exactly what happened for the month of November, where me, along with other employees, did not get paid. If you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you would like more budgeting content. And if you are a returning subby, thank you so much for coming back here. Let's go ahead and jump right into it because yes, this is not clickbait. This actually happened to me. If you have been here for quite some time on my channel, you know that I've had pay issues with my job for quite some time, where I have had to go back over my records, especially for extra duty stipends, where I am doing extra duty at work, such as lunch monitoring, hall monitoring, and or subbing for another teacher. And that pay has been wrong, and wrong. So this was no exception, except that this was the salary check that actually did not get deposited. We'll talk about the extra duty check later on. The salary check was not deposited. So yes, me along with all of my colleagues and everyone else that works for the company did receive an email talking about, "We're sorry, there will be a delay for your pay and we are hoping to get this all taken care of today." Now, our deposits come at the end of every month. So the last day of the month is when we get paid at my job. And then the extra duty stipend normally is the very next day after that. However, it appears that we knew about the glitch. We, meaning my company, knew about the glitch way before that the glitch happened, because how is it that you're just automatically or all of a sudden sending out an email at 4:30 in the morning, the day that the deposits were already supposed to have been there? I knew something was wrong when I didn't see a paycheck stub the day before or 2 days before. They've been getting a little bit lax on that. So let me tell you guys what happened specifically. So didn't get paid. Of course, I do my due diligence of emailing my HR department, because isn't that what you do? You email your HR and your payroll department to find out exactly what's going on. I mean, I do it. However, a lot of my coworkers don't do it, but that's a different story in itself. I email them, of course, in true fashion, because this is my HR department. I never receive a reply back. 500 plus employees are actually emailing them also. So it could be, a bit overwhelming, especially because we didn't get paid. We are emailing, and then all of a sudden, and I actually have a coworker that is off work and that has said to our HR department, "I will come up there because I need to speak with somebody because I need my check like today." Now, mind you, this is like the first of the month when all of this is going on. So, of course, people have a lot of auto drafts that are coming out. We've got rent. We've got car insurance. We have utility bills. We need to go grocery shopping. Maybe we had a medical or doctor's appointment that we needed to get to. All of these things are going on, but we didn't receive an email or any type of warning beforehand until the 4:30 a.m. email. I'm just going to keep referencing that, guys, because I'm like, you were able to get up at 4:30 in the morning and advise us of this with another company that you stated that you work with regarding our pay told you. People are emailing back and forth. Of course, people that have come into work are mad, to say the least. And I am one of them. All right. I made sure that I expressed how upset I was with my principal and to let him know that this is unacceptable and that there was no communication prior to, and that it's unprofessional. And if I were to do this in my position and in my job, I would be held accountable. Mind you, let me back it up just a little bit. This is not the first time that I have had pay issues. As I've stated before, I have always contacted my HR department. But since things have changed in the HR department within the last year, I seem to not get a reply back whenever I inquire about my pay. So for those of you all that are in HR or that have worked in HR or going to tell me, you just email them, they'll go ahead and contact you. It doesn't work that way with my HR department, because little to most of the time, or actually I should say most of the time, they do not reply to any of your emails that you send to them. And no, we don't have a union, which in this case, none of this would be going on. So I have tried the email route to them. And so I expressed that to the principal, and he was very much understanding and knew what I was talking about, because in true fashion, as we had all said, be glad that we're still here today without a paycheck and that the children are not watching themselves. Let's just be honest here. Things did not get worked out quickly. HR payroll was not emailing anyone back. It was one big mess the entire day. Some people had actually went on ahead and called out, which I don't blame them. Some people were like, I'm just in a bad mood all day, which I don't blame them. Some people were just like, if they don't get this fixed, I won't be coming back to work, which I don't blame them. With all of that being said, someone that I know ended up getting in contact with another agency that works along with our HR department, because our HR department said that it was the other agency's fault, the reason why we did not get paid. However, the other agency disputed everything and stated it was not their fault. They did everything that they could on their end. It was indeed our payroll HR department where there was a mess up. It was such a complete mess. I'm going to read off to you some of the back and forth emails that individuals were saying, because understandably, people were in a panic. They were like, look, we don't have a paycheck. We don't know what's going on. Nobody is contacting us back. And we're not really happy with how things are being portrayed and or not being said to us, which I can totally understand. It got to the point where even the HR department or the other agency was saying, if you have overdraft fees that you have incurred due to different accounts attempting to take money out of your account and the money not being there, let us know. We'll pay those overdraft fees. And if you have any other concerns or things that are going on with your accounts that where this has been a very much inconvenience and a hardship to you, please let us know. Because all of this happened on the last day of the month when we were supposed to be getting paid. Someone sent out an email saying, has anyone received an update on pay? Someone else responded and said no. Then this is when it started a snowball. You know how we like to talk about the snowball effect in the budgeting community? Well, this became a snowball of an email thread of, hey, I did not get paid. Next thing, someone said, nope, and my teacher program is withdrawing money out of my account tomorrow. Someone said, plus a lot of us teachers were saying we have lots of automated withdrawals on the 1st. Since we get paid once a month, we all have it set up that way. Someone else said, I am speechless, actually. Someone else said, I feel sick. My neck and shoulders are in knots. Another person said, I have been sick to my stomach today. This is our lives. Then someone else said, I have 4 withdrawal fees and my account is in the negatives. I'm a single parent of 2. I'm just praying God will provide for us all. Then someone else said, I don't have much, but please let me know if you and your babies need anything. None of this is fair or right. There are days I work from start to finish with no breaks, so this feels like a punch in the stomach. Stay strong and please, single mama to single mama, contact me. By this time, it was close to about 2 o'clock or so, or a little bit after. But still, everybody had not received a deposit. I didn't receive a deposit until actually that evening going into the next day. So it was on the 1st of when I started receiving a deposit. But everybody was receiving deposits at different times. And so finally, our founder of the school sent out an email, but it wasn't sent to everyone. I'm not sure how that happened, but she sent out an email saying, Hey, if you have any questions about pay, please don't do a reply all, because everybody was doing a reply all at that time. Please don't do a reply all. Just email the HR payroll department person and they will contact you back, because we don't want to bring down the morale of everyone with the reply alls. Huh? I think the morale was brought down when we didn't get a paycheck. I could be wrong though. That is why I advocate so hard for side hustles and making sure that you have extra streams of income, because things like this can and will occur. I have never had pay issues prior to where I'm employed right now. It just seems to be so frequent. Even with trying to email and get basic answers for questions that I have regarding my pay, it still doesn't cross over to where somebody is apologetic or that they even answer my question. Honestly, if there was communication and an apology, I think that that would have soothed over a lot of the sting, the burn that people were feeling, especially because you're messing with people's pay. And we know that nobody likes for their pay to be messed with and for them not to get paid, especially when they have provided a service and done the work exactly how you have asked them to do it and they've given their all. We deserve to get paid. And so I think that's where a lot of the where the anger was coming from, was because of the fact that there was no apology and there was no communication beforehand. Sending out an email at 4:30 a.m. is not communicating to me that you know that something was going on, because apparently the glitch was known earlier in the week, or that we were not going to be getting paid on the last day of the month. That should have been communicated at least to the at least to the principals, so that they could share that with us in the Monday meeting that we have every Monday, because something was known at that time, but it was not shared. Rightfully so, people were upset. As I stated, deposits did start coming in later on during the day and overnight for individuals. We did end up getting our stipend checks, which I finally received all of my stipend money from August. So I didn't talk about it previously, or I may have mentioned it, but I was due at least $500 from August to September. And then also there was additional money that I was owed, which was like $700, $800 that I was owed for September to October. When I just say it was a mess, that's why I'm not even putting it on my budget workbook or my budget paycheck breakdown right now anymore, because I don't know if I'll actually get that money or when I will get that money. I should say it that way, because it's so inconsistent regarding paying us and keeping the numbers straight and how much we're supposed to be getting paid and all of that. It's just been a complete nightmare, to say the least. So again, this is why I advocate so much for doing extra side hustles and having a backup plan. Not only just side hustles, but this is why we budget. This is why we attempt to get financial freedom, or this is why we aim for financial freedom, I should say. Because when things like this happen and when things like this occur, you don't want to be on the end of, I don't have a paycheck, what am I going to do? Now, granted, I am mortgage free, so I have a little bit more disposable income to work with, and I don't have that type of stress. But as you could tell with the emails or the replies that I read off to you guys, there is a lot of stress on people. There's a lot of obligations that people have. And to not receive their paycheck, that puts them further into a mental, depressed, exhausted, stressed out state. Okay, with being in education, it's already stressful enough because we are having to work with and conform with what the school wants, what administration wants, what the district wants, what the parents want, what the students are saying, paperwork. I mean, there's so much. It's not just teaching. It's not just, hey, I teach your child this lesson and then we move on with that. No, we're counselors. We're paper pushers. We're trying to be the parent-student pleasers, you know, keep administration happy, you know, all of that. So it's a lot that goes on with it. And so, as someone stated, it feels like a slap in the face because a lot of times we're working over. We don't get paid for overtime or the time that we're working on the weekends or the time that we're working in the evenings or something like that. You know, we're doing that because we have to, because we don't have enough time during the day. And I'm not saying that anybody else's job is less than. And also I want to say that, yes, it is the profession that I chose. So if anybody was thinking that, yes, it is the profession that I chose. Okay. But at the same time, it should be fair compensation for that profession. And I don't think that anybody would disagree regarding that. Fair compensation and compensated on time. Can we add that into the list as well? This was hopefully eye-opening to individuals that I do work with. You know, make sure that you are putting money away for savings. If you do have debt, make sure that you are paying off that debt. Get a side hustle if your regular job is not allowing you to be able to pay off that debt and or save. That is what I do. I work several side hustles. I have an entire side hustle playlist. That is why I budget. That is why I save. That is why I'm not a super spender out here, because I know that anything like this could happen and will happen, and it's proved to happen. They did sort it out. Was there ever an apology? Absolutely not. Do I feel like this will happen again? Yes, I do. Let us just be mindful in the future of how we maneuver with our jobs that we feel are secure and that's got our best interest and that's got our back. I don't really feel like my job has my best interest and or my back. I've got my back and I've got my own best interests in mind. And I feel like that is how everyone needs to, in some kind of way, approach your good job that you have. If you happen to enjoy this story time, make sure you subscribe to the channel, as well as look for more content that I will have in the future regarding budgeting, investing, side hustle, and mortgage-free life. In the next video that you guys will see, I will go ahead and break down my paycheck for December. Again, I will be budgeting off of $3,700. I have my categories over here that I will be transferring from here over here. This is the Budget Mom's paycheck book. This is Tasha's from Mind Your Money. This is her workbook that I purchased last year. I've used it for the last 2 years, her annual budget workbook. And so I'm moving over into these sheets right here in order to do my paycheck and see exactly how I like it and how the breakdown is. And I still have a couple months left of this, so I may be flipping back and forth to this. But anyway, hope you guys are doing well, and I will talk with you all in another video. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already, and I will talk with you later. Bye.